Hi, welcome to Nick's Motorcycle Training. I am Nick, and I run the show along with Steve Forder, my main instructor, and my two sons, Joshua and Daniel. Okay, we're also organised very well by my wife, Dawn. She does most of the fielding of the calls and all the paperwork and everything, so she really does run the show. The website, incidentally, has also been done by Alex Parry, my nephew, so we are really a family concern. We've been going about 16 years now, and we're based in the Dorchester, Weymouth area, but also covering Bridport, Yeovil, Bournemouth, Poole and possibly Blandford up that way too, to North Dorset. Okay, we have 22 bikes. They range from the 50cc automatics for the 16-year-olds when they're doing their first bit of training, right the way through to the 125s. We use YBR Yamaha 125s up to the ER6s. Those are the Kawasaki 650s or Bandit 600s and 650s too. Okay. We've been going about 16 years, and we pretty much train every day of the year, so there's no restriction there in terms of when you can qualify or do your courses with us. We will endeavour to try and fit round your work, so you haven't got the added problem of losing money from work and having to pay for the course, so we'll try our best to sort that out. There is a minefield of information out there, and that's why I'm doing this little talk bit here, just to give you, hopefully, to make it a little bit clearer and give you a bit more information. Okay, we laugh a lot on the courses, not at you, but we laugh with you. It is quite stressful taking tests, we all appreciate that, but it doesn't have to be something that you lose sleep over. Okay, so we'll endeavour to make it fun for you. It generally is. First port of call is your licence. You need a UK provisional licence, which you can get from the post office if you haven't got one already, and that costs you around £50. If you do have a car licence, however, that does act as a provisional licence. If you are from the EU, you do have to change that licence to a UK licence. Okay. Right, so first licence, we've got your licence, you come along to us and we do a CBT. CBT is compulsory basic training, okay, the first age you reach is 16 and you can take a CBT. That is a 1 day of training involving you riding the bike in the car park for 2 or 3 hours. Once you are happy with the control of the bike, and we're happy with the control of your bike, we'll then take you out for another 2 or 3 hours, okay. At the end of the day, you will get what we call a DL196. That validates the provisional part of your license for a 2-year period. After that 2 years, you do have to retake it. Okay, like I say, the first CBT is 16, and then on from there. Okay, at 17, again, CBT, you can then use a 125cc motorcycle, and again, that validates your provisional license for a 2-year period. Okay, CBT will cost you in the region of £100 to £120. 100 if you're using your own bike, 120 if you're using our bike. Okay. Sometimes CBT can take a little bit longer, maybe another few hours the next day or whatever. If you're struggling, we don't charge anything extra for that. Okay, so the next step would be, let's say you're on a 125, you've taken your CBT and you would like to take your full test on that 125. Okay, 125 is age related between 17 and 19. Obviously, if you're over 19, you can also ride it. But between 17 and 19, you can take what we call the A1 test. It's the light motorcycle test. Okay, you will need a theory test for that, and you take the theory in your home area. That normally costs you around £30, and you can find out either by ringing them on 0300 200 1122 or on their website www.gov.uk/book theory test, all one word. Okay, so you've taken your theory, and that you would have to take for any motorcycle test that is available. Okay, so we're looking at the first one, 17 to 19 on a 125. You will take a mod 1 test in that category. The mod 1 test is a slalom, figure of 8, slow control ride, U-turn, emergency stop and high speed avoidance manoeuvre. Once you've passed that mod 1, you will then go in possibly a day or two later, or maybe the next week, for your module 2. Your module 2 is just like your car test, except on a bike with an examiner following you behind. 40 minutes around town, doing a little bit of an independent ride and a couple of fixed manoeuvres, like a hill start and an angled start and that sort of thing. We can go over that all with you when we talk to you on the phone. Okay, the price of that is difficult to say. Well, it's not difficult. It's £120 for the day. That's £20 an hour if you're using your own bike. So say, for example, if you do 2 days, it will be £120 for the first day, £120 for the second day. And then if you're taking the module 1 test, which is £15.50, or the module, and then the module 2 test, which is £75, that would be added on top of that. So you'd be looking at 120 plus 120, £240 plus the £90 of test fees. Okay, so it works out in the sort of 3 to 350 range. All right, so that will get you a full license where you can take your L plates off, you can carry a pillion, and you've done your full license. Unfortunately, you can't ride anything above that 125cc until you're 19. 19, you will then come back to us and you can do the A2. The A2 is what we call the standard test, but it is restricted to 46 brake horsepower, 35 kilowatts. Okay, so that's 19, between 19 and 24. Exactly the same. You take your theory, you take your mod 1, and you take your mod 2. This one normally takes a little bit longer. You would have to be with a qualified instructor all the time, unlike the 125 where you can actually go out on your own. The average cost of that would be £570. That would include all your test fees. And how do I get to that fee, that amount? First day would be £120 plus £40 for the hire of the bike that we're giving you. Okay, that's £160. The second day would be £160. The third day would be a half day where we would take you to a test, have a bit of a practice, and that would be £95, including the fee, that would. And then the next one would be maybe another half day, which would be £80 plus your £75 test fee that we pay DVSA. That altogether comes to £570. So that gives you an average. Now, if you're really good, you can do it for quite a lot less. So please don't just see this as a standard price. We will tailor the course for your needs. Okay? And then finally, the A standard test, the A full category unrestricted test, which you can either take at 24 plus, okay, and you only have to take this one. You'd have to go back and take all the other ones, or you can take the A category 2 years after having completed the A2. Okay, so you could then upgrade to that A category. A category, again, is exactly the same theory. You would then take the motorcycle module 1 test, the motorcycle module 2 test, and then you would have a full category license. This, again, would cost you in the region of around £570. And again, please, I can't say enough that you do, you would be able to actually do it for less if you've got quite a lot of experience. Okay, so there we pretty much have it. I hope I've got the message across. We do also do back to biking courses. Those are for people that back in the day took their test 30, maybe even 40 years ago. Do you remember when you used to go around the block and the examiner would jump out and put his hand up for you to stop? If you hit him, you failed. If you missed him, you passed. Okay, so we do a back to biking course that does cater for those needs. Okay, and finally we do coupons and vouchers for Christmas and or birthdays, so really pretty much anything that goes. Please do phone me. Our website, as you probably know because you're already on it, is www.nixmctraining.co.uk, or my telephone number is 07788 714 either leaving me a message. We don't do a hard sell. You're more than welcome just to ring me, find out more information, and then go from there. So just to summarise, when you're 16, you can take a CBT with your full licence. That is the only thing you can really do at 16. At 17, you can move on to the 125 geared bikes and then take your A1 test. At 19, you can take your A2 test, and then your A category 1 is either 2 years after that or 24 plus. Okay, hopefully that's all. Good talking to you, and look forward to hearing from you. Thank you. Bye bye.